Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it is the Gareth Cliff Show without the main man, Gareth himself, because he is still on holiday and someone has to do the job. I'm Simphiwe and I'm not alone. We have the awesome, the cool, the trending brother man Mash in the building. And then we also have the cool, the easy, the nice with it, who just recently went to the dentist, if I'm not mistaken, Ryan James Tinline.
That
Good
is
morning,
me.
everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I was wondering what you were going to say about me because Mash got that glamorous intro, you know what I mean?
I mean, you're a simple oak, my guy. You're a simple oak. We have a couple of people here with us, saying, how's it? Oh, who's it? And hey guys.
By the
Hello.
Shout out to some of these guys getting here 4:45. I mean, 4:46.
Yes, I know, right?
That's crazy. I mean, you beat some of us. No, I'm kidding.
Shade so early in the morning.
Well, I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are awesome. And I hope you guys enjoy our company for the next couple of days. We're going to bring up a whole lot of chats, a whole lot of vibes, a whole lot. One and only Mash. He's going to give us, some of the most dangerous cars of 2022.
So we have to start the morning right and start the morning by actually educating you guys and rather trying to keep you guys safe. It's a new year and we want to start it off the right way. Yes. And the right way is with you guys alive.
Yes. This time around, please don't give us wrong information. Please don't just read off Google and not understand what Google is saying. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? In fact, we should change your name to Hair of the Dog Guy. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. You know what happened there? So I actually ended up reading, I ended up actually Googling this and then I just ended up reading the list without reading the descriptions beneath the list. And on the list, it just said Hair of the Dog. I was like, oh, okay. Huh.
And when you decided we must make that a cocktail and just mix it with water, hey?
Just sprinkle some hair of your dog.
Do you know what it was? It was that kind of thing, right? Where I don't know if I think it's on Twitter, where if you share an article, it now brings up a thing where have you read the article first before you just share it? So I feel like that's kind of what happened with MASH yesterday. It's like, you know?
No. You just read the title and you're like, damn.
So right into it. And some of the most dangerous cars that some of you are driving out there start off with the Kia Rio.
Excuse me?
Exactly.
Say what?
I was shocked as well.
What makes it so dangerous, sir?
So according to US statistics, the Kia Rio is one of the most dangerous cars. The interior is poorly built and the passenger compartment is badly affected by accidents.
Sure. Okay. So what? That's the first one you're telling us about. I'm worried about all the others that you're gonna start naming.
Oh, it's only getting worse.
It's getting the pressure is getting worse.
And then up next we have the Nissan Navara.
Ooh.
Very shocking indeed. I never thought I'd see a 4x4 in such a list. And the main reason why this car is in this list is because according to the NCAP, the airbags and seatbelt tensioners activate late, which means that death to passengers because every second in a car accident counts. So there you go. There you go, people who are looking to buy cars at the moment. And then up next, we have the Hyundai Accent, which is also extremely shocking because this car is an Uber.
Guys,
is it Bolt drivers that drive that thing?
It should be, I'm assuming.
I do just want to say these are not the kind of cars I was expecting to be the most dangerous on the road at the moment.
What are you expecting?
Like, I was expecting those... We're going to bash the quid again.
I was expecting the quid. That thing literally dismantles as you driving to Cape Town. Like...
Oh, man.
That's the only car I
was thinking like the Sparks or the Cherries or you know, those other like Datsun things. You know, any car that kind of struggles on a hill, like you know, I feel like that's just dangerous in itself. So that's why I'm quite shocked that any of these made the list, because I don't see them as the kind of cars that if you get hit or you're struggling up a hill, I feel like they're not the kind of cars because they're built a little bit bigger or with a little better quality.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the small cars are quite dangerous in general, but there are a couple that do stand out, and I will get to them as well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the Hyundai Accent, we are now facing the Jeep Wrangler.
Don't say that. That's like my dream car.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why it's not safe is because, first of all, there's no backseat airbags. And during its end cap, the dummy of a 7-year-old boy slammed around the interior with a seatbelt on.
Yeah.
So,
More of the story, just don't have 7-year-olds and people sitting in the back. That's
and
it.
also, driver has a 50% chance of surviving during an accident in that car. So, go get your dream car, baby girl.
Are you done with your list, dude?
No, there's 2 more to go. There's 2 more cars. So our second last car is the Datsun Go.
Okay.
And the Datsun Go. So our last 2 cars actually have the exact same reasoning. But the Datsun Go has no multi-collision braking. It has reduced airbags. And emergency braking is poor. Unfortunately. And then our last car is called the Dacia Sprint.
I've
never heard of that car.
Otherwise known as the Renault Kwid in South Africa.
Nazo, I knew it. I told you. It's a danger. Everyone that drives a Kwid, I told you guys, go take that car back to the dealership and get you something more stable. I told you.
Yeah. So the reasoning behind this car as well is because emergency braking is poor. I mean, it has 3 bolts on every tire. It has reduced airbags. It has no multi-collision braking. It has poor handling. And the driver has a 49% chance of surviving. Which is terrifying because
to me, it is seconds from disaster. It's just moments away from you just going, oops.
Have you ever seen one overtake you when you're going at 120 and it overtakes you?
I worry about those drivers, all right? I worry because I'm already like, why are you going at 120 and you know your car's already shaking? You are putting it through the most. And what I tend to do, because I'm a good citizen of the world, and I believe that we should just do random acts of kindness, is that when they try to overtake, I got a nice car, I speed up, right? And make sure that they don't overtake and then slow down. It's for their own safety.
Well, I always say about the Renault Kwid, because I've driven one before. A friend of mine drives one, dear friend of mine. And I've driven his car before. And on the highway, as soon as you go above 130 towards 140, you almost feel like the only radio station you're about to get is flight control because that thing's about to take off. It is ridiculous. And I wish to not drive it again at those speeds. Lower speeds are much better, but it's kind of poorly built, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your list, ladies and gentlemen. Just remember that, first of all, it's not about just the cost of a car. Just because the car is cheap doesn't mean it's less safe than your expensive cars, because this was quite a mixed bag list.
Mm-hmm.
We have million-rand babies up in here. So
I want to dispute that one, but Asikolapo, because they did put the Kwid. But someone here says seatbelts are actually quite dangerous. It can slice you open in an accident.
Well,
I'd rather be sliced open than banged around, eh? You know what I mean?
Okay. Here's a question for
maybe
you.
it depends on
Mash, and when I am, do you know Mash Beats?
I know Mash Beats.
Oh, okay. Are you Mash Beats by any chance?
No.
Oh,
I'm not.
Just making sure, just making sure. People, they go here with, I'm at AKAs. And
well, Sims, I don't know if you overheard yesterday, but Mash is trying to get into the entertainment business. Yesterday in the office, he already started. He's like, Ryan, I'm thinking of like getting into DJing or something like that. I want to start. And he's like looking at these cool devices and things like that. And I was like, oh, you go, Mash. Yes, boy. We're going to check Mash up in the clubs. You know?
The ones and two. Shaka-goo-goo-goo-goo.
Yeah, you know? So-
It is something I have been considering for quite some time. I've been quite exploratory with it, you know, just checking it out and seeing, first of all, how it works, the ins and outs, and yeah, learning about it quite a bit. And who knows, I might just get into it.
Nash did say 2023 is a year to learn something new.
I
That's what he
agree.
said yesterday.
I
So that's
agree.
what he's trying to get into for the new year. So
Okay.
that's cool.
But quick question: are you a groovist, my guy?
I am not, which is why it'll work out.
How? Because you need to know what the groovist kind of like, the temperature, the the vibe. What's okay? Wait, what kind of DJ would you like? Let's start there.
Yeah.
What kind of DJ would you like to be?
Every single kind. I want to be at the clubs.
Okay.
You know what I mean when I say
I do.
clubs?
I do. I'm just still stuck on the every kind. Like
So
balance me. Like
weddings, clubs, but
Oh.
mostly clubs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But
wedding
of course,
DJs,
one thing I've learned is that you have to start small.
okay.
So
you're gonna
you
go on
have to
Instagram live.
go on Instagram live, go on TikTok live, play some sets. And another thing I've learned is you have to at least spend a whole year just practicing and learning. So that
Are
is
you
one
also
thing.
going to buy the equipment? Are you going to be that
Yes.
invested?
Yes, I'm buying the equipment as well. So I'm really excited.
But Mash, I have to say, I'm a bit skeptical. I'm a bit skeptical because I've heard some of your music choices.
What music choices?
Homeboy be bumping Taylor Swift
But
all
wait.
day, every day. Like, I'm not okay. Like, what do you
Remember that music you listen to in the car is not music you play on the aux.
Sure, but
So
what
when
I'm
you're
saying,
alone in the car, you listen to Cuff It.
no, but what
But you're
I'm
not
saying,
DJing with Cuff It.
yes, but how are you going to learn about these new songs? Né?
I
Or
know.
dope songs that people are consuming if you are not trying to consume them and make it be part of your everyday routine. So
there's only one way. You gotta attend the clubs.
you see, you have to be
You
a
gotta
groovist.
attend the clubs.
You gotta be there at different clubs every weekend.
Absolutely.
You gotta go check out all what the different DJs are doing, because often they have clicks.
Yes.
So
And
you gotta get in there.
And I do attend the clubs. I just don't share it on social media.
Okay. You already have your first collabo waiting to happen. They saying, Mash, let's do a I'm a piano track, please, my boy. I'm game. Holla at me.
All right.
All right.
Sectic vision and music. Let's do it.
Oh, all right. Wait. They're like, you should be DJing with Cuffin. It's a banger. I'm so over that song, guys. I think it's been played too many times. Everywhere you go, we're gonna fuck up the night.
You know what's sad is my roommate just discovered it.
Oh
no.
So she's bopping to it right now.
No.
She's like, I never knew the song is so nice. I've never listened to the whole song before.
Nah.
And I'm like,
I am over that song.
Year.
If there's a song that should be banned, it's covered by Beyonce. It gives me Nkalagata vibes.
Wait, what?
It does. It's just like the minute it plays, everybody stands up. Everyone's like, they want to learn the dance and they all get it wrong. Do we move left? Do we move right? And then it's just like, like it's everywhere. The white DJs play it, the black DJs play it, the Amapiano guys play it, the R&B folks slow it down, And I'm just
Anela
like,
Zondo is singing it to an Amapiano beat.
So you know what I mean? I'm just over it. I'm just like, this song is team too much. I've heard it play over and over again in my mind, in my soul, in my spirit. Gishap. Let's move on from Beyonce.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't say from Beyonce. I say from that song.
No, Beyonce as a whole.
She's had her time.
Yeah.
My thing was yesterday. I got kind of mad. Right, I was on. I can't remember which social media platform, and it was one of the streaming platforms posted a list of 5 different artists, and they said what was the best hip hop album released this year, and they gave 5 options. And I'm not even kidding. They put Kendrick Lamar on there, so I was like, okay, cool. Then they put Drake, but that one that was produced by Black Coffee, and I was like,
okay, it came out a while ago.
But that's not like hip hop though.
Yeah, it was more house.
That was more house. So I was
like, okay.
Then they put Beyonce on there, and I was like, hold on,
When did Beyonce drop a hip hop album?
Hip hop. So, and then there were 2 other records that also just weren't hip hop. So I was like, what on earth? The only one you can vote for is Kendrick because everything else isn't hip hop. Like Drake wasn't hip hop on that album. Have you listened to the new Beyonce? Is it hip hop? I don't think so.
Mash has, and I can tell you now.
Is that hip hop?
My roommate's currently listening to it, so it's not.
Yeah.
You see?
Well, there we go. So I don't know why on earth they say what's the best hip hop record that's been released this year, because it's definitely not Beyonce.
Yeah.
Then what is the best hip hop album released last year?
Oh,
last year.
That's a tricky one. That's very tricky, depending on what you're into. I mean, Kendrick did. I think he dropped a body of work. Drake dropped something with 21 Savage, which was super dope. And a couple of the other guys. But it's very tough to kind of judge. You know.
I'd have to take a look at what was all released because there was a lot of good releases last year. But Drake and 21, I mean, it was cool, but I don't think it was like record of the year for hip hop. Like,
are you saying 21? Can you do something for me?
I'm just
Can you talk to the accent for me? And 21. You telling me that's not a bop?
No, it is a bop,
Okay.
but like
all right.
the record as a whole, I was like, bit skeptical. You know what I mean? Okay. I thought it was a bit overrated. Like everyone was like, Drake and 21 are dropping like the hottest album of 2022, and I was like, we'll see.
Guess who just entered the comment section? The one and only Sanele, guys. He's like, "What's up, everybody?"
All right, so we're slowly getting back on track now.
Yeah,
getting everybody back into the routine because now this is why we're here. We got to get everybody back into the routine.
Yes.
Gareth Cliff returning next week. So this is like, I don't know if you did this last week, but to try to get back into the swing of things this week, I tried to wake up early last week. I hit the 5 a.m. club.
Nope.
And let me tell you, I woke up at 5 and I was like, cool. This is going well. This is going well. Then I fell right back asleep like half an hour later. I was like, next week's going to be rough. And here we are. So not too bad though. We're on time today.
Yes.
On time
But
yesterday.
you know what? Right? Sanele is in the building, and I think we should just serenade him. This is a special shout out to Sanele. I think you're going to enjoy this. This is from News 24 Festive Season Special. Okay.
President, don't forget this side.
Yeah, please. Okay.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the present. And I need the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own. More than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you. I just want you for my own more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. You, baby, all I want for Christmas is you. You, baby.
And there you have it, folks. All we want for Christmas or all we want for 2023 is you, okay? To be part of the comment sections, to join us, every day on the YouTubes or listen to the podcast wherever you get your podcast. What did you guys think of that?
That was hilarious.
That was fun. Great way to start the year.
I saw it on TikTok, like literally building up towards Christmas. And I was like, whoever had the time to do this, that's awesome.
I love it. I absolutely love it. There's nothing better than seeing your own people in parliament, just wishing you, a good festive season. And talking about like festive seasons, Sanela says, thank you. I mean, come on, we just gotta show love to the people that are here all day, every day. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Brother Man Ryan,
yes.
right? You were talking about like what are your best Christmas greetings or greeting messages,
Yes.
that you received over the holiday.
So-
Did you receive something that was like out of this world?
No, I got something that was so funny that I just thought I don't know if you guys got any. Did you guys get any like copy and paste kind of messages or broadcasts?
No.
I mean, I sent out a playlist for Christmas.
I was very proud of my contacts. No one sent me spam
No one
messages.
sent you anything.
No one sent me chain messages. I was like, oh, we're growing, guys. We're moving as a nation. We're moving. I think this is why I'm excited about 2023 because it's like, yeah, you guys didn't do the nonsense of last year. So let's go.
You see, so I got a message from a friend of mine. And I thought it was so funny because like normally I get these broadcasts and I get pictures, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that. So this one says, hi guys, I just wanted to take a minute to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Most of all, good health. These days, people don't spend much time or thought on some personal words to their friends and family. They just copy and paste some random message and send it on. So after all we've been through together this year, I just want to thank you for your friendship and wish you a happy and fulfilling 2018. You're the best gymnastics group anyone could ask for. Best wishes, Helen.
This is what you got sent.
This is what I got sent. I thought it was sensational. I was like,
beautiful.
I was taking it seriously. As soon as I saw 2018, I was like, okay, so they got the year wrong. And then I saw Helen and I was like, okay, so this is the copy and pasting that's been going on. And I just thought it was so funny. I just had to share it. I don't know if anyone else got like funny messages.
No.
I didn't get many messages.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I go MIA in that period, so nobody sends me messages.
I just muted all my groups. I was like, because I knew like, like those community groups that you get across the board. You just get like messages. You don't belong to any community groups?
I have a question. No,
Yes.
I don't. I left those things. So once upon a time, I was in a group chat, a friend group chat, right?
Yeah.
I was in a group chat, and the purpose of the group chat was just for link ups. Like, oh guys, I'm hosting a braai, pull up, right? Or someone's hosting something. It was literally whenever we wanted to just hang out. Last year, sometime, there was a hangout that took place. I did not go to it, right? I had plans that particular day. But, the regular people were there, they met up. And then the next day, everyone leaves the group chat. So I'm like, hi, bo, guys, what happened?
Wait, so you're the only one in the group chat now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
How many people were in the group chat?
Yeah.
I would say, what, 6? 6?
Including yourself?
Including myself. So there was like someone sent out a message, hey guys, can we throw like, I think I wouldn't say one of the mates, but one of the people in the group chat, I think they were moving to another city. And so they were like doing a farewell thing, right? I had plans, I couldn't attend. So I did not go. The 5 of them attended. The next morning, one by one, they left the group chat. And I was like, what the hell is going on here?
What went down at that event?
Then I did ask because I was like, hi guys, what happened? They're like, no, we just think the group chat, no one responds in the group chat. So we'll just send individual messages. Raise eyebrows. Like,
was that the actual reason?
I don't know. That's the reason I got told. But I'm just like, guys, we've had this group chat for a minute. Like,
okay, so
quite some time.
Let me just get this straight, Sims. Last year or the year before, you're kicked out of a New Year's Eve party.
No, man.
And now you're getting kicked out of group chats.
No, she wasn't kicked out.
I wasn't kicked out. Everyone left.
Isn't that technically like being reverse kicked out? Because everyone...
Yeah, it's like a polite way of kicking you out.
Yeah,
everyone
it's like,
leaves,
we're going to start another group. One. Yes.
And they're like, no, we're going to talk directly to each other. But there's actually another group with just 5 people.
So not only are you being thrown out of parties,
guys,
you're being thrown out of groups. Cry.
These people are my mates. What do you mean?
That's what you thought.
Well, did they give you a reasonable explanation?
They literally just said that was the reason that, because lack of communication within the group chat, they'll just...
So they could have just left the group chat, like just not
individual
touched it. But they all had to leave it. Oh, wait. I'm going to get a bit technical with it now. So did it say Mang Mang left, or were they all removed? Did it say
No,
you've
so
been removed
for,
by?
no. So for example, ne, if us three were in a group chat, ne, y'all go out.
Then we just leave.
Yes.
Mash,
So
you and
Ryan, I
we
wake
get
up
out.
to the notification. Ryan's left. Mash left, and then it's only me, and I'm like, "Hi, bo, guys."
Yeah, they all left and they didn't brief you. So there's a new group chat with 5 people, and you're not one of them.
Sims, we got some comments here. Vincent says they try to get away from you, Sims. Steve says, lol, the group chat tribe has spoken.
Have I been eliminated?
So Nela says Simphiwe decided she's not getting kicked out anyway this year. Everyone is kicking themselves out. Either way, Simcard is getting concerned that there is some kicking out. Yeah. Sims, what is going on? I mean, I don't want to put it like that, but
Damn,
like, you know,
Simphiwe.
you managed to stay in a New Year's party this year and get hit on, which is great.
By
By
3
3
guys.
people.
By 3 people, you know. So well done on that. You know, just sort of update everyone who's joining this morning. And now you're getting kicked out of WhatsApp groups.
Simphiwe, were you the admin of this group? 'Cause
No, I
I'd
wasn't.
cry.
Okay.
No, I
okay.
wasn't.
No, if you were the admin,
I
it
don't
would
like
be more
creating
sad.
groups.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went to the person that created the group. That's when I was like, "Hey, chief, what's going on here?"
So how long was this group for again?
We've had it for like what, 2-3 years.
And they all just left. No,
Because
it's
lack
okay.
of communication.
Yeah, no, there's no such.
And the thing is, I wasn't even there. Like what I'm saying is that the one time they hang out and I'm not there, right? I wasn't there. I can't even say this is what happened at that like.
Because what they were doing was discussing how do we get rid of her.
See, even Vincent says, "Hi, shame. I feel for you, Sims."
They were like, hey, how do we get rid of her from the group? Because now we can't even have our chats.
Luzanne says, "If you get kicked out of anything, it shall henceforth be known as being SIM carded."
Oh my gosh,
I
guys,
love that.
no.
Let me
Oh.
note that down.
No, guys. Even Basitana like is saying like superior girl, you were shafted a ski.
No, can I tell you why I say that? Because if you're in a group chat for more than 2 years, right, I don't see anyone leaving. Like, it's too much admin to just get up and leave, and to like get the whole group to leave at once. I've been in this one group chat for almost 5 years, and none of us have left because people just are going to be too lazy to leave. So for them, they literally were like, okay, so some people didn't come to this event. Let's turn on her straight up. Boom. Reverse
They were
kick her
literally
out.
at the event discussing it. They're like, yeah,
Yeah.
guys, so when are we getting rid of her from the group? When are we doing it? But you know what? What's even more sad than that is that I've actually had a friend get kicked out of her own group. She was the admin.
No.
And
no.
Listen,
guys.
this friend of mine, I love her so much. We're still friends to this day, ne? But the reason why was because in this group chat, we'd gossip. We'd gossip about people. I should go and tell them.
Oh.
No.
And we just removed her. We're like, we know she's the admin, but she gotta go.
Oh no, she's
Wait, but
breaking up protocol. Like that's not what you do.
Exactly.
If the group chat is there for skinnering, guys, please understand that that's what we're here for. Do not then come and be like, yo, guys, I had such a terrible day at the office. No, if the group chat is just for when are we getting lit, when are we drinking, that's all we talk about. Like, let's not get it twisted. Don't come here with your relationship problems and be like, guys, what do I do? You know, no, don't do that. If it's for work, we talk about work things. Guys, please, you must adhere to the protocols of the group chat. That's very important.
Absolutely.
Well, it sounds like you need to adhere to the chat protocols of the group chat.
The one talking, the blind leading the blind here. That's what we call this. Eh?
Yeah. This is just like Sims. I don't understand how you could not read between the lines. So
Yeah.
he said, I was optimistic, I guess, you know, like,
Was this the first gathering that you missed?
yes, that's why I
Right.
was so shook. You get what
Yeah,
I mean?
no,
Like,
so-
because I usually go, we always hang out, like every time.
What
we
was
see-
your excuse? Because maybe let's hear this. Let's see if it's valid.
I had plans.
Okay,
But
so it's
Men.
nonsense,
That's
basically.
men. Just men.
Sims, I thought we were doing the stop nonsense thing 2023.
Some things
So-
never change.
Well, by the time they had suggested this particular thing, I had already had plans. I was going out on a date and I was not going to cancel my date to hang out with people that I see on the regular.
So now that date, how are you still talking to that person? Because it better be worth your while.
I'm a single ladies. I'm a single ladies. I'm a single ladies.
So you
I'm a
lost
single
that
ladies. I'm a
person
single
and you
ladies.
lost the group. All in one go.
Oh, damn, man.
Okay. Well, Simphiwe, I am
man.
so sorry. I hope your 2023 gets better.
Yeah.
I hope you get invited to more WhatsApp group chats.
No, it's
And
fine, it's fine.
yeah, don't
I don't
get
know.
left
I'm not
behind.
so thing about
No, it's
WhatsApp
fine.
group chats these days. Like
It's okay.
it's admin.
The
You know?
only group chats I want to be part of is work. And if I get kicked out of there, then
No, but like
I don't know anymore.
there's so much admin that you have to put into WhatsApp group chats that sometimes, because like if it's someone's birthday in the chat, right, and you don't wish them, you the Grinch of Christmas.
Yes.
Like, oh, how could you forget? Because it's like for me, if it's someone's birthday, wish them on their personal accounts.
Yes.
Like when people put in the groups, I'm like, you trying to show off that you were first and that you knew, you know?
But
Like,
can I
why
also
couldn't you
say,
send it privately?
people that send it on the group, they also help us that forget.
Okay, that's true.
You know, because then
They're
they're
very
like,
helpful.
yes, they send it on the group, and then I send you a private message afterwards.
Exactly.
I
So
know.
like, oh, happy birthday, my guy. Hope you guys are good.
I know at
Yeah.
my mom's work group, they said they like put a rule in that when it comes to birthdays,
Mhm.
one employee wishes on behalf of the whole office,
I
Okay.
and
love
then they
that.
keep it,
I
keep it
love
tight
that.
instead of getting 20, 30, 40 birthday messages from every.
Yeah.
But who's
person
that
on the-
one employee?
Well, that's actually what I don't know. I don't know if it's like the
Because what if
the
it's the
person in
intern
charge.
who
Yeah,
just
well,
started? Then it doesn't
Then
feel
then
so.
then it's the intern's job to keep track of everybody's birthdays. So I am in a WhatsApp group where we actually keep track of everyone's birthdays, and we started a WhatsApp stockvel
Okay.
where on your birthday everybody. So it was actually my idea to begin with. I came up with the idea 2 years ago in this group chat, and I said, guys,
Okay.
listen, on somebody's birthday, let's each give them 100 rand. There's about 20 of us in this group. That's 2,000 rand.
Okay.
On your birthday, everybody sends you 100 rand.
All right.
But these greedy douchebags were like, make it 200. Yeah, make it 200. And I was like, yo, who the hell gonna send 200? What if it's 3 people's birthday in 1 month? Who the hell gonna send 200 3 times to 3 different people?
Okay.
Y'all are a bit crazy. This is gonna get out of control now. It's supposed to be fun and games, not pay your rent season. So they ended up deciding on 200 rand, going with 200, and the stockvel started off quite okay
Okay.
until some people started missing payments. Some people on their birthdays they got their money. On our birthdays, we never got anything from them.
Oh no.
And it started falling apart and breaking down even further and further. And now it's at a point where, Bona, we don't talk. It's
Yeah,
just
because you owe me money. You owe me my birthday stockvel.
exactly.
So Mash, are you out of pocket right now?
Just one person owes me actually,
Okay.
and I'm not gonna mess with her. She's actually Watwasa. So
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, man.
she's training to be a Sangoma Ryan. So I'm not messing with her.
Hectic stuff. I would do a birthday stockvel thing, ne? Because my birthday is in March. So I know, like, it's at the beginning of the year. I will get my money.
And then the other people.
I don't care about other people. I'm just saying it's my
Yeah,
birthday.
you see, and that's why I don't participate in this.
What I'm saying is that had I known and had the foresight to be like, there's people that are not going to pay. You know that if your birthday is earlier on in the year,
You get paid.
you're going to get paid.
Yeah.
It's when June, July starts happening, life really starts showing you flames where people are like, this 200 rand can go towards my tires. Like, I don't need to pay MASH. That's what I'm saying. That you must say, you must lie and say, no, my birthday is on the 14th of Feb. Toli mali yako once.
Yeah. Because now when it's time to pay other people, you're like,
In September, do you think
price
we're going to
of
get...
petrol, hey, that's 4 people's birthdays. That's my full tank. You have to choose birthday of other people or your full tank. It gets to that point, unfortunately.
Yes, it does. So I have a quick question for you guys, right? I don't know if everybody is familiar with a guy who goes by the name of Akon.
Convict.
Oh, Akon. Yes, I love Akon.
The song that came to my mind was Lonely. I'm so lonely.
I was thinking, you're so beautiful.
I was thinking, I'm
Is
so
that by
paid.
Akon?
It is by
Yeah.
Akon.
Oh, okay.
You're so beautiful.
I forget who's the featured artist on that though. It was really, really good.
Okay, so
It
quick
was.
question.
Mhm.
Would you pay 1 million rand to see Akon?
This sounds like a repeat of something. I don't know why.
Would you, yes or no, Mdase, would you pay 1 million rand to see Akon?
I
No,
would not.
no. Maybe in 2003 or 2004
2003.
when he released that other record.
Was it 2003?
I don't know. Maybe
Wasn't it like 2009?
I don't think it was that. I think it was a little younger than that.
2000? No. 2003.
I'll find out.
How old is Akon?
I'll find out. But
No idea. But the reason why I
Oh.
asked, because our favorite lounge, our favorite bar is doing it again, right? I think, Saint, whoever is the marketing manager, like, please give them their coins, give them their respect, because they posted on their social media, Hori, they'll be hosting, ne, brother man Akon. And you can get to see him perform live for a measly, lousy 1 million rand.
Well, we must elaborate that
No.
the entrance fees
Okay.
Have a look.
range from 350 to 1,000 rand. 1 million rand is for table one, once
But-
again.
here we go with the table one all over
But
again.
basically, that's to see who? Akon. You're paying 1 million rand to see Akon,
Okay.
essentially.
So wait, but this is hold on. This is today. This is tonight. So he was here last night.
Oh,
So
so
that
he's
means
in the
Akon's
country.
in the country.
He's in the
boys.
country.
Yes.
Slowly.
So
I
my-
can be your backup singer, dude.
my whole thing is right because yesterday we had this conversation with now if you listen on the podcast we've put a picture on screen. You can go to YouTube and check it out, where it's the same thing as we spoke about yesterday, where this lounge in Cape Town has now offered 10 tables with those ridiculous prices again, with the most expensive table being 1 million rand. And yesterday I can't be a hypocrite because yesterday I said if it's a local lineup, if I'm paying 1 million rand, I ain't going.
Mhm.
So now that there is someone like Akon on the table, I'm not saying I'd pay 1 million, but it does sweeten the pot a bit. My only problem is, right, if we bring up this picture again, look at the dates, January 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And who's got money in January, guys?
No, forget,
No, like,
Guys,
what-
remember,
No,
there are
for
people
real.
who have money. We're
Yes.
not the target market.
right? But my issue is Akon. Why am I paying 1 million rand for Akon?
it's true. But now, okay, Sims, yesterday you said, right, any guy who gets any of those tables are red flags.
No. I said they're not marriage material.
Right.
I cannot bring that guy back home and say, yo, uncles, I found a man. I'm going to take his last name. I'm not doing that.
Mhm.
I'm judging because we all know ladies are not buying these tables. We already know. So, no.
So what I want to ask is, do you think the person buying table one, do you think man's splitting it alongside 10 gents? Or do you think it's one guy flexing?
I think it's
Do you
possible
think that's
that
Drake
it's-
coming in
it's-
21?
It could be either.
It could
Would you
be
do
both.
something for me?
Either way, I'm not okay with a gent spending 100K on bourgeois.
What really confuses me still and just boggles my mind is I've seen their menu. And to get to 1 million rand with the most expensive items on their menu, you'd have to be drinking for at least 24 hours straight.
Oh, so you're saying they're also kind of reasonable.
Yeah, the pricing compared to 1 million rand. I mean, if their most expensive champagne is 27,000 rand, you have to drink at least 30 bottles.
To be fair, this is still cheaper
Actually,
than
I'm lying,
going
not
to the
even
ANC gala dinner that we spoke about yesterday.
At least you
at
get a
1.3 mil.
performance. At least you get a performance.
Yeah, and they're performing
Yeah.
lonely, Sims. Akon's performing lonely. So, I mean,
No.
would you rather have a chat with the dude with the stupid hat or
I still
Yeah,
rather
lonely.
talk to Cupcake. I might be able to make that milli back.
That's a bit more productive than just
Mm.
drinking.
So
They're
Nella
just
says
drinking.
Sanella says, no, I would not pay a bar to see a convict. That's very well done, I must say. Very well done. Vincent says, 1 million for a table. What do they eat? Pap at that table.
No.
I don't
They
think pap.
literally-
Yeah, I don't think pap's on there.
I
No.
think They might just serve pap with
Don't,
kebabs.
oh my gosh, don't disrespect me like that. If we're paying R1,000,000, and I want to see lobster. I want to see.
You don't want to keep it local. Sims. You don't want some local cheese and yama, you know.
I want to see crocodile. I want to see giraffe. I want to see kuri on that plate. I want to see things that I don't see at Checkers Pick and Pay from my grandmother's house. Like what? A meter?
That is ridiculous. And Simphiwe, you've mentioned lobster. So I actually want us to get into some of the most expensive delicacies that were once considered a poor man's food.
Okay,
Nash, I feel like just so that we are on the safe side, we always have to do, our due diligence. Where did you get this?
Yeah, and have you read the article?
Just?
Or have you read
we
this,
just have to, because once bitten, twice shy. Just let us know. Can we temper you with this information?
You can absolutely trust me with this information.
Hair by the dog that bit you, no?
Yes, exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
No, it's not bit you. It's a hair of the dog that you must mix into your water.
Yeah,
Chief.
no, sorry.
It's a whole cocktail.
We put those up yesterday, by the way. If you want to have a recap of Mash's hangover cures, you can go check out our socials, cliffcentral.com, no platforms, so go check that out. Anyway, Mash,
take it away.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start off with the first one on our list here, which is one that Simphiwe just mentioned, which is lobster.
Okay.
Did you know that back in the mid-19th century, lobsters were considered pests? People didn't find them visually appealing as compared to fish, and eating them was a sign of poverty. They were served to prisoners, and after the invention of trains, lobster actually became one of the most popular canned products on the market. Today, it is a rare delicacy that is also quite expensive. So can you believe that lobster was actually served to prisoners to torture them because it wasn't visually appealing? These people were like, I don't want to eat that.
To be honest, I still don't want to eat lobster.
You don't want to eat seafood?
No.
You don't want to eat anything.
I don't do bottom feeders. That's not a thing.
So the same guy who doesn't drink water. Like, moving on.
Yeah, this guy doesn't drink water, y'all. He only drinks Coke. So we're going to take his advice.
Yeah, moving on.
And then up next, we have quinoa.
That thing.
I think you'll have to Google a picture of quinoa. It's very hard to describe it. It's like a grainy, it's like a grain. So sort of like a, what's that? Couscous. But it has this different type of texture and it's very reflective. Quinoa, was a cheap grain for poor Peruvians some 20 years ago. Wealthy people didn't want to eat it because of the associated stigma. Its popularity and value increased only after people discovered the immense health benefits. Today, it is used in the preparation of fancy salads and meals. So, did you guys Google quinoa?
No, I haven't yet. I'm trying to figure out spelling, to be honest.
People like having it with duck. It's very nice with duck.
I feel so
none of this sounds
because I've never heard of it before. So I'm just like.
And then up next, you have garlic. Ancient Egyptians were among the first people apart from Indians who used garlic for its medicinal properties. The Egyptians apparently fed their slaves with garlic to make them strong and capable of doing more work. The monetary value increased much later than when immigrants from Italy, Germany, and Poland popularized garlic for its taste. So garlic, nobody wanted to eat garlic.
I still don't.
No, can I tell you
garlic breath is not attractive.
I like garlic, but it's got to be in small portions, because the other day I went out and I ordered this focaccia bread, and I feel like the kitchen just dumped all the garlic they had on it.
You could smell it a mile away.
It was actually
we knew yesterday that you had that bread days ago.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, I couldn't believe how much garlic they put on there. I was like, if we were ever in a vampire situation, I know where to go, because this kitchen definitely, unless they used all the garlic on that particular menu item that day.
And then number 4, we have oysters.
Ooh,
our favorite aphrodisiac. Oysters were once present in abundance everywhere. They were also common and easily available. They were also so common and easily available that poor people and working class who did not have food to eat would just go to the sea and get a bucket full of oysters. After industrialization, factories and industries caused a lot of population. Oysters, being susceptible to population, started decreasing in number. Its price increased due to reduced supply, and it became one of the most sought after seafoods.
Nice sea mash.
Are we
Again-
oyster people here? Because
Yes,
I'm an
I
oyster.
am.
Oh, put it in my mouth. I love oysters.
Like, yes, sir.
How do you like your oysters, Simphiwe?
But there were different ways of doing it.
Yeah. You can have it with a bit of lemon. You can put a bit of
Do you, like,
Tabasco
warm it
on
up?
You don't warm
No,
it
it
up.
must
You
be-
have it raw.
So it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
And alive. You swallow it while it's still alive.
Well, it's okay. And this, I feel like you all are getting scammed by this high end food. I feel like they're just putting a big price on it so that they can sell it because
Because you're
they're
not a fan
struggling.
of seafood, right?
No,
I can see the hate just
no.
flowing and
Can
I
oozing
tell you
from
what?
your body.
Vincent's in the comments here and he agrees with me. He says lobsters eat all kinds of stuff like human shit and dead bodies. Ryan, I'm with you, mate.
Well,
So
lobsters-
do pigs.
Thanks.
Okay, if
Lobsters-
you eat bacon, I'm judging you. Hey, come on now.
Lobsters are described as the cockroaches of the ocean.
Then don't eat bacon.
And
All I'm
prawns.
saying is if you eat bacon, don't judge me for eating lobsters.
Steve also came in with a comment just saying canned lobster. So canned
That
lobster
used
was
to
a
be
thing.
That
Yeah.
used to be a very big thing.
So I wonder if it's as good as regular lobster. Not that I would try it, but like, you know, a canned version of anything I feel like is terrible.
It is. I've had a canned chicken stew
No, man. Where on earth did you get canned chicken stew?
at the shop down the road. That Pakistani shop.
Okay.
So wait, can I just expose Mash? Mash is that person who will go to a restaurant. Let's say they're known for making chicken. He will go and order the mash and be like, "That's the best thing
Ah.
off the menu."
You know-
like what the hell? Like, and then he'll go order sushi at like a chicken.
Aye!
Let's not forget Sims. The worst one for me is when he gets pup from restaurants.
Wait, which pup have I gotten from restaurants?
Didn't you get the KFC pup?
My rep.
And he's like, "It's so nice."
Oh, my reputation has just been destroyed.
Sonella's in the
Oh.
comments here. Thank you. Another one.
Yeah.
I don't do seafood any kind. Hake and salmon is as far as I will go. Miss me with anything beyond that.
Okay, guys,
I
wait.
agree.
Since you brought up Senela, I've been reading the comments between him.
I know. Like, are we really
And-
just gonna go on the show and not pretend like there's a romance going on in the comments here? It's so subtle. Like I've
Please
just
share
been
with the
seeing-
audience.
So for the past like 5-10 minutes, there's kind of like this back and forth that is happening between Usalele and Ubasitana, right? I think Salele is trying to slide in the DM, but Stana is just like, you know what? Do your thing, sir, but you gotta find me on the interwebs.
Hmm.
And it's just been so interesting to kind of see this unfold before us. Now we're in your
And
business.
everyone's ignoring it. Like
Yeah.
everyone in the comments is ignoring me.
No, because you guys are doing it on a public platform. We're in your business. We need to know how the date go. Please, let us know what's going on.
Sims-
Did you find love?
Sims Batsasana says, please leave us alone. They're in love. Just
No.
just leave it.
Do your thing, Basitsana.
This
Do
is
your
like Mash
thing.
at the gym, you know?
We just need to. I mean, if you guys break
That
up,
gym
please
romance.
update us. We need to know. You
Yeah,
know,
you see,
we're in
Cliff
your
Central.
business now. You know, when you
CliffCentral.com.
guys hit 1 month, we need to know. We're in your business now. Like we're family. Like we're in this. You know, let's find love together.
And then speaking of first dates, I would suggest y'all first date be sushi because that is up next on our list.
That's the next one.
Yes.
Really? So that
Wow.
was considered a
Yes. So
cheap
sushi
delicacy.
was once used to be, sushi once used to be the food of poor Japanese fishermen.
Hectic.
It was originally a method used to preserve fish by converting it into covering it in fermented rice
Mhm.
post World War II. its prices skyrocketed mainly because sushi chefs started using exotic fish.
Okay. No, I see that. I think, look, I don't eat sushi as well. That's not my thing. But it's pretty similar to, I know a couple months ago, we tried out that burrito joint. Burritos also, back in the day, and I don't know in which country, I don't want to, talk nonsense, but it was also considered a cheap food to keep the people going because, it's got like rice and black beans. And there we were paying over $100 a burrito the other day. So I was like, well, so this is a perfect example as well.
It is. And then up next on our list is caviar. Caviar is one of the world's most luxurious foods today. It wasn't always. Some 100 years ago, bars used to serve it for free with sandwiches. As the rich began to be more interested in it, its price increased. So thank you, the rich, for that.
So, Mash, have you tried caviar? Because I'm quite curious because I've seen it everywhere and I know what it is, but I have no desire to try it for myself.
I have tried caviar. It doesn't have much of a flavor.
So it's not like sweet or particularly salty.
Doesn't
So why
have
are
too
you
much
eating
of a
it?
flavor.
So
It's more of a, you know how parsley on top of sandwiches and stuff like that?
Yeah.
They usually use it like that.
So
As a
people
topping.
don't eat it plain. Is it always
No, you
with
don't
something?
just take a spoon and eat caviar. It's just used to decorate on top of things.
But
I
I've
thought
seen someone do that.
with
I'm like,
champagne, right?
yes.
What do they do?
They just take a scoop and then they drink.
Who has that? Expose them.
It's not
Expose
anyone
them.
like I know personally. It's like things that I've seen either on social media or in movies or something. Like that's a thing.
Yeah. Also,
That's a wrong thing.
my whole thing is I just don't like the texture of seafood. Like it's slimy. It's that. But this is just me. Like,
Yeah.
you guys who enjoy your seafood, go live your best lives. I know sushi's quite popular here at the office. Mash got into it like the last quarter of last year. He just really loved sushi, and he'd
So
be like,
much
guys,
so he was buying it at dodgy places.
Okay, the last few items before we wrap up this hour of the show. Snails are on the list. Snails were mostly frowned upon and considered gross throughout history.
They still are.
It was the French aristocracy that started serving them with aromatic butter and made it a delicacy.
Next.
Number 8 is salmon. Up
Okay,
until
I
the
like
1950s in the UK and Ireland, salmon was so cheap that servants had it written into their contracts that they would eat salmon only once a week.
What?
Mhm.
Hectic.
And then, actually, second last is brisket. Texas-style smoked brisket was once an inexpensive working people's meal. One could even get it on the roadside. Its popularity and prices increased as it made its way into the fast food restaurants. At least there's something that Ryan likes. And then the second last one is peanut butter. Peanuts were once considered fit for only the poor and livestock in North America. Their costs rose only in recent years, and this also impacted the cost of peanut butter. And then, second last, we have portobello mushrooms. Portobello mushrooms were considered too ugly and rough to be sellable until the 1980s.
Okay.
Their prices skyrocketed after they were reborn with a fancy Italian name and as a healthy meat replacement to be stuffed with cheese, veggies, and breadcrumbs. And last but not least is eel. Freshwater eels were once only available in plenty in Japan. They became so popular that their number reduced drastically in 3 decades, and they were added to the list of endangered fish. Now the price of farmed eels is higher than ever.
Hectic.
yeah, no,
stuff.
I feel like
Yeah.
everyone's just getting scammed on that list, to
Yeah.
be honest.
It started off good and then it
Yeah.
just went
Has anyone had eel? Anyone in the comments, please jump in, even get on the WhatsApp and
I'd
tell
love
us
to try
if you've
eel.
had eel.
Yeah.
Where do you even go for eel? I don't think it's something they would sell at like an ocean basket or something.
But I heard it's very slimy. But I've wanted
does
to
not.
try
Like everything.
snails though.
No, man.
Stop. Nash, stop. Just stop. Ryan did mention that you can WhatsApp us on 071 783 6214. And if you're wondering where brother, man. Gareth he's out and about, still living his best life on holiday mode, and we are like kind of paying the bills up in here. We'll be with you guys in the next hour. We will be talking about a cool Netflix show that has just dropped that I think everybody needs to watch. Ryan also found like a cool app, you know, and Mash is still gonna give us some tea on like informative things. You know, he's the go-to guy to tell us what you must do, what you mustn't do, the best way to stay calm around family drama. All right? Okay, we'll see you guys in the next hour of the show. I'm Simphiwe Tetwa, for those who don't know, and I am with Ryan James Tinline, MASH, and we're right here from the Cliff Central Studios. We have basically taken over the Gareth Cliff show because Gareth refuses to come back to the office. Well, he'll be back on the 9th of Jan, but, you know, Oxalai, he does not want to wake up early with other kids, so we are holding down the fort for the rest of the week, guys. I see Sneh is here. Uti, good morning, CC fam. I hope you all had a good and safe New Year. We did, baby girl. We did.
No, we did.
Don't you worry. So I kind of teased in part one, Hori, there's a cool Netflix show that I think everybody should watch, right? And I'm gonna make sure that MASH, Ryan, please open up your Netflix, eh?
Okay.
And then go and search for, I think it's called Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope.
Oh, here it is. Yes.
Right? So this show is all about a heist that is like 25 years in the making, right? But what makes this particular show so cool, so dope, so like out of this world is that we all can watch it in different order. Like every episode is named after a color, so you can watch it in any random order. The only rule is that you end with white.
Wait, so how many episodes are there? I'm
There's
just
8.
counting. So there's
So
8
wait,
episodes.
There's 8 episodes, right? Every episode is named after a color, right? So there's yellow, violet, orange, green, blue, red, pink, and white. Ne? When you go onto your Netflix, so I'm going to go onto mine right now. And when I search this series, it has kind of already recommended the order that I should watch it in.
Okay.
But
Oh,
everyone
wow.
gets different.
Everyone gets a different one. So I see
Yes.
Steve is already in the comments saying he binged it yesterday.
Yeah.
No spoilers, Steve.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
So they say there's about like over 5,000 combinations.
Yes.
But
Wow.
so I'm gonna share which one Netflix has kind of recommended for me, and then I'd like to see what it's recommended for you.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'm just checking out the order sequence.
I really hope we all don't have the same order.
No, we don't. Dude,
So
we don't.
let's each share our episodes at the same time, going
Okay,
down
cool.
the list.
Cool,
Okay.
cool. I'm just opening mine. There we go.
All right.
So the
you got
first
yours
one will
open there.
be, it says black. That's just the trailer.
Okay, so
Yes,
black
so
is
we
the trailer.
skip
So
the
we-
trailer.
Yes.
Right.
My first one is green.
My first one is yellow.
Mine is green,
Okay. I have yellow.
I have green,
yellow.
Why
feel
do
like we get
have
the
the same.
same.
Okay. Blue,
We're getting the same.
blue,
Yeah, and I also got blue,
violet.
violet.
orange,
I have orange,
violet,
Yeah, I also have orange,
red,
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 pink,
pink.
pink,
and then white.
white.
So here's the recommended
Mm.
if you really want to have like a proper experience of it, here's like a recommended order in which to watch the series, right? So take notes. I'm going to say this once. Start with yellow, violet, orange,
Okay.
green, blue, red, pink, and then you end with white. White is like the heist itself.
Okay, so
So
this,
it's the finale.
So this is the outcome.
Yes.
So I see Steve is in the comments here. He says his first one was blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's really cool. But now my thing is, you said there's over 5,000 combinations to watch this, right? So who watched this that many times that recommended list came out to say this is the best one? Because I feel like, I wonder if this is a series that you could watch again in a different order.
So
Like-
I've seen
like, will
some
it still make
people make reviews on it. Né?
Mhm.
There's one person, he didn't know at the time that you should not start off with white. In fact, end off with it. So he watched
Oh,
white first
no.
and then kind of knew what was going to happen. So he was like, I'm done with the series. I'm not going to watch any more of it.
No.
And then there was somebody else who started with like blue, I think, and then watched white. And they were like, no, I'm done. I don't want to watch the rest of it. But if you've kept white out,
Okay.
I think everyone has enjoyed it, whatever order consume it in, because it's the different years.
Yes.
So it's 25 years of this heist, but it's like it will take you 6 years before, I think, or like 6 months before, or like 13 years before the day of the heist. Like, so guys,
This would drive OCD people through the damn wall.
So what is
Right.
this show about exactly? I keep hearing about a heist.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we don't want to give spoilers.
No,
I
yeah,
think
that's
that's
true.
that's the
No,
baseline.
just an overview of the show. So it's just I see here the description says a master thief and his crew attempt an epic and elaborate heist with $7 billion, but betrayal, greed, and other threats
That's-
undermine their
guys,
Is
plans.
this
Suspense.
based on a true story?
I
Does
don't
anyone
think
know?
so.
I doubt it.
I don't think so. But I mean, it's still gonna give you typical like action, typical drama, but we don't want to spoil anything. I think what makes the show really unique is the fact that we can all watch it in different sequences. So I can
Right.
start off with yellow and then watch violet and then green, and then you start with another combination, and you also have a different experience of the show. You have a different experience of the characters, and I think that's what they're really trying to sell us. So give it a watch. Let us know.
You know,
Was
I
it
f-
worth all the hype that it's been getting on social media? Because it was even trending Izolo on Twitter.
Oh wait, Steve just says it's basically Ocean's 25 whilst tripping on mushrooms. I'm a big fan of the Ocean series, so that sounds epic. Now I want to watch it.
Yeah.
But now this also sounds like a good date idea.
Yes.
Like you could literally get all the different colors in like a hat or something, and then
Yes.
draw one randomly.
Yeah,
like,
as long as you don't have white in there.
yeah, take white out. But This is so cool. I love the innovation that's going into TV shows these days. I think it's something that we have to do because like TV is boring. Like it's all becoming the same thing. So like, I don't know if you guys ever watched, I think it's called Black Mirror.
I
Yes,
did
I've
not.
watched it.
And then they have this really cool thing. It's still not 100% right. Like it's still a bit flawed, but they have a thing where it's interactive. Did you ever read books, those Goosebumps books as a kid? So Goosebumps was a series. It was like a horror book series. I forget who wrote it. And basically, you'd read a couple pages, and then it would give you decisions or like morning outcome, or no morning outcome, like outcomes of the story, and say go to page this for that. It was like kind of an interactive thing. So this is what Black Mirror was. So on Netflix, they would give you choices. So literally, like the actors would have there would be a situation on screen, and then it would pause, and it would give you two options, and based off your decisions is where it would kind of go. But I don't know about you. Did you do the interactive one? Because I know there's a non-interactive one.
I didn't. So when that Black Mirror movie came out, I didn't have Netflix. So
So I do recommend it. My only problem with it, when I say it's not perfect, is I got caught in a loop, right?
Okay.
So basically, I would make a decision, and it was a wrong decision. And so it would take me back to the scene. So my character would die, and then it would reset and take you back, but it wouldn't take you back far enough to make the decision where you got to that situation. So that was the only problem. Like I got caught in a couple loops of the movie, of the situation, but it was such a cool experience to be able to make my own choices, to see where the story would go. And I'm assuming it would also have this many outcomes. So it's nice to see the creativity going into these kind of shows. And I also love the theme that they went with, like with the different colors.
Yeah.
It's so original.
Yeah. So give it a watch and let us know what you think of it. Is it
everything that's built up?
Yes, it is. But also talking about hype, right, guys?
Yes.
My favorite person. I love this man so much. I love what he's doing. It's just he's recently come out with a statement saying, "My body, my choice. Nick Cannon not getting a vasectomy." Nick Cannon says he has no plans of stopping his attempt of repopulating the earth after welcoming baby number 12 last month, which was December.
Isn't one of his ladies pregnant again with number 13?
Yeah, guys. This man
when isn't someone pregnant?
This man is an entire pandemic on his own. Like, what, Nick?
Nick Cannon. I actually saw a meme the other day, and it said this is how people look in 2050, and all like 12 frames just look like Nick Cannon. But Nick Cannon is on a mission. He wants to, spread his seed out there. He wants to leave quite an honorable legacy.
Well, I mean, the man can afford it. It's not like he's not paying child support.
When people bring up the chat about affordability, I kind of cringe a bit because I don't think it's financial affordability that we're all worried about. I think we are looking at it financially, like when your kids get to college, it's mad expensive, like cost of living is rising and we don't know what could happen to you tomorrow. But I think emotional stability might not be there. Like he's not showing up for all 12 kids, the best way possible. And it might seem that way, but most of the time the kids are with their moms or, so he's busy juggling different households and like kids will grow up with
he's
a bit
basically like on Christmas, he's like Santa Claus with the way he goes and gives gifts.
Yeah.
Just drops them off and goes to the next house.
You know what I mean? And it's just like, I'm more concerned on like the kids and how they're going to interpret that, like it's 12 kids. They all have different personalities, different needs. They're all going to want him to show up differently in their lives. Like, what if the one has a basketball game and then another one has ballet and another? You can't show up the same way or be everywhere all at once. It's not possible. Like, that's not possible. So that's my biggest concern with him having more and more kids. It's like, okay, forget the money. You can afford it. Afford it. emotionally, are you there? Are you a good dad? And that's a very tough question.
No, that's true.
This reminds me of a scene. I think it was a scary movie. I'm not quite sure what movie it was. But it's a scene where a guy comes to this woman's house and he's like, I'm here to see my baby. Letitia, I'm here to see my baby. And then the baby mama opens the door. He's like, yeah, okay, fine. You can see your baby, because they were arguing. And then he literally walks into the baby's room, opens the blanket, looks at the baby, and goes like, okay, same time next week, then walks out.
By the way, I see Kutle and Korsi's in the comments here saying, how much is child support now? So I just Googled that, and it's over $3 million a year. That's actually insane.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Is.
He's so lucky he can afford that, because wow.
So I
$3 million.
Yeah, so I watched an interview where they spoke to one of his baby mamas, you know, because they're like, girl, how did you get yourself in this situation? We're all looking at them crazy. Like, why do you keep having kids with this man when you can see that, you know?
Wait, so how many kids did this woman have particularly with him?
She has 3 with him.
Okay, so she has 3.
She has 3 with him. I forgot her name. But she was just telling us the story on how she kind of met Nick and who she is and what is the situation, right? Long story cut short, she was like in a long-term monogamous relationship. They broke up and she didn't want monogamy anymore. She kind of then like met Nick, and according to her, Nick is such an amazing guy. He's just so open about the fact that he's not trying to be monogamous. He's basically the guy when he's like, when I'm with you, I'm with you. But when I'm out, I'm out. You know, and they were doing the deed. Then she had a miscarriage, and then he was like, you know what? Let's actually try for a baby. Let's have a kid. And then she had like her firstborn. Like they've kind of had this open relationship, and Nick apparently makes it very apparent that he's not trying to settle down. He's not trying to be monogamous. And homegirl's like, she's okay with that situation for now. She eventually wants to get married. And I was like, then why have a kid with him? Well, 3. Yeah. She has twins. But I'm like, why have then kids with this man who, in the long term, you want to settle down and go back into a monogamous relationship? And you know what's so funny about Nick? Like when it's Valentine's Day, he sends them all the same gift.
Oh, one time.
No. If I'm your girl, Ryan, please personalize it.
Well,
you spend time with me. You know me. Are
you telling me Jacob Zuma, with all his 20 wives, he goes and personalizes every single gift?
No,
I don't think so.
What I'm saying is that there's certain, like there's a guy, right, on Mzansi Magic. Yebo, he bought his wives like all the same car, and it was a Merc or something like that, ne? But it was just a random act of kindness, right? Cool, he did that. That's nice. But the first wife, her house and where she stays is very different from the second. It's very different from the third and the fourth and the fifth, or the fifth wife he's trying to get, right? There are moments where you need to show up differently in people's lives. Like if you're going to get your girls like Valentine's Day gifts and you know they're going to post it on socials, personalize it a bit. Like, yes, make it like, oh, all of them are going to get red roses, but I know because you like this particular brand of chocolate, I'll get you that. That's my thing. It's just like, yo, guys, why we buying into this thing? And I'm just like, girl, this is heartbreak waiting to happen.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm actually super disappointed in Nick Cannon because I watched him in that movie Underclassmen that came out years ago, and I thought he was the coolest guy ever. I was like, this dude is so sick. And then all the drama that's followed him over the years, I'm just like, this is why you don't get with so many women, is because you see now how it's all like. It's all intertwining now.
And they all have to have a relationship with each other. Like, imagine when they ask you, so how many siblings do you have?
Do you think they have a WhatsApp group without him?
They have to.
We're in a Simphiwe situation.
Yeah.
Simcard situation.
Oh, wow. Moving on to other news, Ryan, you said you found like possibly the best app.
Yes. So I've got a really cool app for all you guys with Apple Music. Okay. So all of you have Spotify. I think there is a similar app for this. I just don't know the name. But there is a really cool app that I found. If you're feeling nostalgic, if you're a bit like me, if you had an iPod as a kid, did you guys have iPods?
Mm-mm.
No,
definitely not.
Really?
Nope.
Interesting. I loved my iPod. It was the one thing about my childhood that
Thing
I
was too
really
expensive,
miss. Like,
child.
and
Too expensive.
I could never get the big one because it was too expensive, but I did have like the Nano, which is like the small one, just about like this size, you know.
Okay.
And so I've been wanting Apple to make another iPod for years because now with Apple Music you can't sync music onto the old iPods, like if I'm understanding correct, because now they've done away with the system.
Yes.
So this is the app right here. Check out this. I've now successfully turned my phone into an iPod.
I know this app.
So it's called Retropod.
Yes.
And so
even as the scroll wheel.
It's got the scroll wheel and it's got like the vibrations and sounds. Let me see if I can
Yes,
get.
it gives you the taptic
Yeah,
feedback.
it gives you. Let me see if I can put on the mic here. Can you hear that? So this is what the iPods used to sound like, even. And so you can scroll through your music. So I can just go here, like, you know, if I want to pick an artist. So now I can just go through all my artists like it's an iPod. How cool is that? So if you listen on the podcast right now, I'm showing my phone on the screen. It's literally covered my phone in what looks like an iPod, and it's given me the scroller wheel. It's given me all the menus, and it's connected to my Apple Music. So I don't have to sync anything in the third party like way, and I don't have to download music. I can just go onto my Apple Music. Obviously, I need to add stuff through my Apple Music app, but I can go and click on and like
Simphiwe
check out
is
the
not
albums.
impressed.
I know. I can't believe this. So
She's like,
this is a part of my childhood right here. This is so cool. Like, I don't know if you guys have any cool apps like this, but this for me, I was like, this is cool. No?
I got that app like 2 years back and I used it a bit. And yeah, it's a nice app.
No, like it's gimmicky, right? But like it just brings back the nostalgia of having the old iPods. I miss it.
I
I
did not
miss
have
the
an
old iPod.
iPod,
Yeah.
and I like no. So I don't know.
How did you guys listen to music when you were kids?
There was
What
Sony
music?
Music, dog. There was a phone. That
Did
was,
you have Walkmans?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
listening to
MP3 players?
Yes.
Did you have Walkmans?
Yeah, I did. I had the
That's what
Walkman.
I was listening to.
You see, I'm
Where
still
it
looking
had,
for a
we were
Walkman.
more impressed. You know, back then, phones back then, it was the small things that impressed us. Like it had a 2 megapixel camera, that thing, or 1 megapixel camera. But yeah, so
At least you had a Walkman.
Yeah, no, Walkmans are
Wow.
awesome. You can't even find them now.
Yeah, my first
But I
phone,
didn't have that thing that you just showed
An
us.
an
iPod.
iPod.
Yeah, I didn't have it, and so like looking at that, that's another app you must download, and I'm just like, oh wow, wee.
Yeah, when you were using iPods, I was using an LG KS360.
The chocolate one.
Chatterbox.
Oh, the Chatterbox.
Yes.
No, I had a Chatterbox, but I used to have my music on an iPod separately, which was nice because if you were in school, you could just keep that thing in your blazer and listen to. I used to thread my earphones through my sleeves
Levels.
and
There's
then
levels to this.
just sleep like this on my arm, or
Look
like
at you, Ryan.
no, because in school you didn't want to just sit there with nothing to do. In those classes when you had nothing to do or you had to work,
Yes.
I'm sure you guys had earphones in class. Come on.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. So they were a lot more strict in my school. So I would literally like thread my earphones through my sleeve and then, you know, put them like YouTube.
Yeah.
Like
But
if you're on YouTube, you'll see what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I just miss having an iPod like separate from your phone because nowadays everything's consolidated on your phone. You know, it uses all your battery. It's not like separate little devices. But I love gadgets. You know.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you are influencing Usanele because he's like, you know, he's gonna go download it. So shout out to you, Ryan.
Yes. So
Shout out
if
to
you're
you.
on the podcast, it's called Retropod. Go download it. It's so much fun. It's gimmicky because you're not going to use it the whole time, but it just brings back. And you can even pick the theme, so you can pick what color your iPod was. If you had the silver one, if you had the black one. I don't know.
Simphiwe
I
gets
thought it was
less and less
awesome.
impressed
I know.
the more you talk. But is it available on Android?
No.
No, it's isn't this Apple?
Yeah, I think it's Apple.
iOS
I mean,
things.
yeah, because iPod was Apple's.
So please don't
So-
don't talk about that. But you know, since this is like our second day back at the office,
Mhm.
you know, people are prepping for the year. Very soon it's going to be busy, very, very busy.
Mhm.
And before we get all caught up in the busyness, and whilst you're still doing your planning, I'm gonna plug you guys with something. Don't say we don't do good things. This is like my random act of kindness, right? I'm going to share with you how to turn your 15 leave days into 44.
I'm listening.
So now,
if you do it right, if you do this right, you can turn 15 days into 44 days of leave.
So I'm assuming this is South African.
Of course.
Okay. No, so this is strictly South African.
Yes. Okay. So
if you're listening
before we
from
get
overseas,
back to the office and we're doing the strategize also your leave days, okay? So I'm gonna put it up on the screen and kind of like quickly talk you through it, how to maneuver this thing. Look at the public holidays, right? So you must look at the public holidays. In March, for example, there's a public holiday on the 21st. Okay. The trick is to take leave on the 17th and take leave on the 20th, right? Yeah. Therefore, you're going to have like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Schoon. It's done, right? So you have to look at when the public holidays are. So for April/May, Freedom Day is on the 27th, right? So you take leave on the 28th. I'm presuming it's on a Thursday, so you take leave on a Friday. Then you have Saturday, Sunday off, right?
Okay.
Then Monday is Workers' Day. Keep public holiday.
Hey.
So that's in like what? Another 5 days, schoon, off. Just like that. Then we'll go to March, April, May, June. There we go. Thursday, the 15th, take leave because Friday is Youth Day and that's a public holiday. Long weekend, easy. Yes. Then it's Saturday, Sunday.
Then Monday, take leave.
Right. Which is the 19th. Okay?
All right.
August, now, it's Women's Day on the 9th.
Okay.
Take leave on the 10th. Right?
Okay.
And then you also take leave on the 11th.
So
then Saturday, Sunday off. Oh, it's nice, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Then we go to September. Take the 22nd off.
Okay.
Then it's Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday it's Heritage Day. It's a day off. That's like a nice long weekend. Very nice. Then we get into December.
Yeah, December, not December yet.
No, but this one also has a bit of December Jan because also you can space it out.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
So what you'll do, you'll take the 15th off to get the 16th. Then the 17th is a Sunday.
Yeah, because 16th is Day of Reconciliation.
Yes. And then you take the 18th off.
So that's the Monday.
That's the Monday if you work throughout December, right? But then if you want to make sure that you live your best life in December, January, because we know January is like the longest month and you don't want to be coming back to the office. What you do is you should take leave on, this one says the Day of Goodwill. No. So you take leave on the 27th, the 28th. Then you'll get the 29th, take leave. Then it's the 30th, 31st, and it's the 1st. But this only applies if you work in December. You see what I mean?
I just want to take a minute here and say you are doing a public service.
Guys,
this is a public service right now.
Guys, don't say I don't do nice things for you guys. Like,
also, all I'm saying is if somebody screenshots this and it gets sent in those WhatsApp groups, these days the country's going to be shut down because no one's going to be working.
Mates, we're dealing with load shedding. We can make a plan here.
This is brilliant.
I know, right?
I don't know where you found this or who took the time to do this, but this is well done.
Like
absolutely love this.
Guys, do the things to be done. Don't say we do not give you a plug. Don't say we don't
we're not
do
educational.
Nice things for you. I don't want to hear when it's a public holiday. Oh, I'm going to the office the next day. Oh, I don't have a long weekend. Aye, shut up, bot. you got it now, okay? All right. Awesome.
Nah, that's brilliant.
Thank
well done,
guys. Yes, you know.
Awesome, Sims. Yeah.
And then also just quickly moving on to something. So we all know about Chat GPT, that thing.
Oh, that AI.
Yes,
that AI bot
that
thing.
is doing the rounds. That's got everybody in a chokehold. Are we still gonna have jobs? You know, like what's going on? You know.
Have you been seeing all this AI art going around?
Yes, I have. And please don't participate.
Yeah, no, I know it's a safety issue.
Yes.
Why?
So basically,
let's break it down.
Yeah. the company that owns that, right? When you sign for your images to be used, you pay for it, right? Number one, which is a big scam on its own. So you pay to upload your images on
I
there.
didn't
So
even know
that,
people paid for it. So all these people on Instagram are paying for them.
yeah, well, some of
Oh,
right, you pay to basically
okay.
put your pictures on there and then turns it into an AI, whatever. But what you're also agreeing to is that they can take all the data that they've collected, which is the content that you're giving them, to kind of start creating like AI images. So they can use Ryan's face, for example, to make a real lookalike AI bot or robot, right? And then they've gotten that basically for free, or that data for free, and then they're gonna sell it back to you, right? And there's a long list of like other things in terms of like security and just protecting some of like your
I was told it can actually
copyright.
bypass your Face ID on your
But
Apple
it's quite
devices.
security wise. It's so they're taking all of this data and they're going to basically create some sort of
database,
right? And it's going to be all AI based, and it's going to be as realistic
yeah,
as
that's
possible.
why I didn't participate.
And
I was like, if they
yes.
scan my face, they literally have, they've got your eyes, which is a big thing in its own.
Yes. But
and also I've heard that they've been making nudes of people.
Yeah, so fake nudes of people have leaked, but also
deep
like
fakes are a big thing.
Yes, but also in terms of artists, because people will draw and whatnot. Their work is also being used as part of the background. So it's about like copyright issues. Like, if you created this, you own it, but the minute it's up there, then they own it. And how does that work? So guys, don't do that thing. Don't participate for your own. If you don't want to be part of this metaverse universe, don't do it. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But the reason why we're talking about this thing is there's an article that I read where they recently asked, this AI, which is the better city? Is it Cape Town or Johannesburg?
Okay, hold on, wait. Before we reveal who said what, let's go around the room. Let's start with you, Sims. Cape Town or Joburg?
Easily, Joburg.
Is it?
Joburg has a vibe.
Wait, what's our basis? Are we talking holiday? Are we talking general life living? What's our basis on this?
Overall, Ima, Chief. Overall, I think it's Joburg. It has a vibe. There's and I think when I say vibe, I'm not just talking about party groove. I'm talking about like just the culture that Joburg.
Yes, we are the most hated people in the whole country, because whenever there's holidays and we go away, then I saw so many TikToks this festive season of Cape Town people being like, listen, all of you guys with GP number plates, this is how we drive in this town.
Yeah, like it's fast paced. I love that. I love the fact that like we're willing to try things, do things.
Yeah.
I think maybe back in my mind, I also like the fact that like there's such a diversity of people.
Yes.
Right. It's like you can meet anyone and anyone from anywhere. And I think that's what I love most about it. It's rich with culture. We always ripping each other about the East Rand, the West Rand, the North. You know what I mean? And it's one of those where like, and even in those places like the East Rand, yes, it's a different culture, right? And then you go just to the north and you just like with these 1%ers who think they're all that in a bag of chips. And then you go to the West Rand, which should just be a beach and we should just blow it up. And then you go to the south and you're like, what's going on with the south? Like there's so much going on for Joburg or Gauteng. Well, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a vibe, man. That's for me. And I think Cape Town is great in terms of like aesthetics and just slowing everything down and the beach. And yes, I have money, but I'm not trying to flex it.
Also, it's not the greatest beach though, because it's so cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I care.
Mash? For me, it has to be Johannesburg as well.
Okay.
Johannesburg is just so full of life, culture, and we have so many stereotypes this side. We have the mid-rand guys with their GTIs and no furniture. We have the boots in Benoni. We have so many stereotypes. We have so many different people from different walks of life up in here and so many different cultures. And for us, this is a day-to-day. And I love that as compared to Cape Town, where everything's more chilled. And there's not so much of a spectrum in terms of different personalities that side. That's one thing I can also attest to. So Johannesburg, it is for
Also,
me.
Joburg people just don't get along with Cape Town people. No,
Yeah, we
well,
don't.
I don't want to say I don't want to say we don't, but like I know Cape Town's very cliquey, and Joburgers are quite like open, if that makes sense. So I don't want to say we're
Yes.
friendly or whatever, but we're a little more welcoming, I would say, than like when I go to Cape Town and I talk to some people, they keep to their circles. It's not like a thing to just make friends in Cape Town with Cape Townians. Unless, like me, I've got some friends who I went to school with here who have moved to Cape Town and have made their own like Cape Townian circle, and then I can go there. But yeah, I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one because I like the fact that Cape Town has got the beach and it's got the city. And so like you get the CBD and then you can go in and chill by the beach at 4 p.m., with all your friends.
Yes.
So that's where I would say is where I struggle, because I also like the fact how well, I don't want to say how close things are in Cape Town because I only go to like the touristy part of Cape Town. But yeah, I don't know. Joburg, everything is far but it's more convenience.
Okay. So this is what the new chat bot, the chat GPT bot will give you, right? If you have to say which is the better city to live in, is it Joburg or Cape Town? And it gave a very neutral answer, which I was very shocked at, right? So it said that people enjoy the laid back lifestyle of Cape Town, and the shopping experience of Johannesburg. But the cost of living is too expensive for both cities. So live somewhere else. And I thought that was quite interesting because it didn't really outright say, oh, Cape Town is the best. Joburg is the best. It was just kind of like, well, it's difficult to say, sounding like a whole human.
Wait, so this is AI that said this?
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
so AI couldn't even make the decision.
Yes. It literally said, it is difficult for me to say which city is better to live in, as both Johannesburg and Cape Town have their own unique charms and offer different experiences. You would think Mash wrote this. It ultimately comes down to personal preferences and what you value in a city. Johannesburg is the largest city in South Africa and is known for its vibrant nightlife and cultural attractions, while Cape Town is known for its beautiful natural scenery and beaches. Both cities have their own strengths and weaknesses, and it really depends on what you're looking for in a place to live in. Imagine, that's what that thing said.
Chris T's got it summed up here.
All right.
He says here, the age-old saying goes, you stay in Cape Town for the lifestyle and you stay in Joburg for the money. And that is 100% true. I've got friends in Cape Town who are lawyers, and they say they don't make half as much money in Cape Town than they would in Johannesburg, but they love the lifestyle in Cape Town so much, it's a sacrifice and they don't mind. But if they wanted to make real money, that comes to Johannesburg.
Yeah.
And I've also had friends who have moved to Cape Town with their businesses and have actually moved back to Joburg because it's just it's more of a struggle in Cape Town than it is in Joburg. So I found that pretty interesting.
Okay, so we're getting a couple of comments. Mike over here says, why do you think Johannesburg residents get the fuck out of there at any available opportunity? Hey, we didn't say it's the best of the best. We just saying between Cape Town and Joburg. Like, chief, my guy, Chris T is here. He says, if Joburg is so great, why are 1,000 Gautengers moving down to Cape Town?
It's because they have a working municipality, and that's the truth. I don't know what their pothole situation's like here, but here in Joburg, it's quite crazy.
Yeah, Sanele also put his 2 cents in the mix. He's like, I'm a Joburger first, but quality of life, Cape Town. When you spend half your love getting wild and I think life.
Yeah, I think life.
Yeah, getting wild and partying hard in your 20s, a chilled out life isn't bad. That's why I live here. But Joburg is way cooler. All right. Somebody is like Pretoria.
Carl says Pretoria should be included in there. I mean,
Pretoria's wild.
You know what? I love how South Africans are so thing about where they stay. Like, in Johannesburg, depending on where we stay. So Sims is from the east. I'm from the west. Mash is in the north. But where are you originally from, Mash?
What do you mean? Like, where am I
Kwakwa,
originally?
isn't it?
Kwakwa.
I'm from the Free State in
Yeah.
Kwakwa.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's how you say it. Kwah. You hear like, ah.
But like, I love how people are so passionate about where they stay, and then when it comes to like Joburgers, we will unite to go against Cape Town.
Yes.
But in
Yeah.
Joburg, we divided already. Like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Mash from the north. I mean, Garrett's in Pretoria, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Vincent
I
says,
agree with Vincent
Oh,
compared
yeah?
to Pretoria, because I do also have a whole bunch of friends from Pretoria who have been robbed multiple times in Joburg. And I'd ask them, how the hell did you get robbed? They're like, no, I was just walking around with my headphones on. I'm like, why the hell would you do that?
No.
They're like, in Pretoria, I can't do
no,
that.
you see, but Pretoria is a difference.
Yes, even Sanele says big difference between Pretoria and Pitori. Like it's a big,
Oh,
Pitori. Yeah.
Marabastad,
Mm.
those sides.
Babua, what's Pitorian? I don't know.
Spitori.
There we go.
Let me tell you,
Oh, Danone.
it's two different places. If you go to the strip in Pretoria versus one of the strips in Johannesburg, it's two different machines. I like as a Joburg going to Pretoria, I feel like I struggle to fit in Pretoria because the people are crazy in Pretoria, but like a good crazy. You know what I mean? Like they go super hard.
Where did you go? Wait, give
the
us an
Hatfield strip.
example.
Oh, guys, Hatfield is
Hatfield.
such a problematic strip. Let me tell you now, when I was in my early 20s, every time I went to Pretoria, I knew I wasn't coming back home.
You know
it was
that,
a
Oh,
mess.
yeah.
It was a mess. It was a mess. Like when we say we're living our best lives now,
That
we're
is
living
very-
on the edge and we're just like, I'm going to test God right now because what?
if you're in Joburg, I do want to say go to the Hatfield strip. I mean,
But it's not the same as it was back in the day.
no, it's not.
It's kind of lost
But
that.
It's also super young now because all the kids that are just entering varsity
It's all the
are
students
going there.
now.
I went there the other day because I also in my 20s we went there. I had friends who used to DJ at these clubs, so we'd go there once or twice a month. And now you go there because my friends don't DJ much more, and it's super young. And I'm like, I'm 27, so when I rock up there, there's kids in their 20s, and I'm like,
Yeah, you feel old, eh?
yeah, but
You feel old.
yeah, you do.
And they party different.
They do.
They just another level of
Also, the
what
music's different.
insanity is this. Yeah, you can't even hear anything. You can't hear nothing. Yo, and you're just like, yo, bring back like old school house, bring
Also-
back something that I
Also,
can also vibe with. To
like,
the left, to the right.
Pretoria is very strict when it comes to parking. One thing I've noticed is I used to see guys at the strip, their cars, like the cops are just if they weren't parked in the right spot, the cops then and there would take their car on a flatbed. Boom.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo.
I love that.
Quick
What?
question, Ryan. Like with all the partying you've done, right? Have you
Yeah.
ever been in a fist fight, like
No.
a brawl?
No, we were close.
Hypo.
There was one night, somebody got super drunk at one of the clubs and threw a vodka bottle and it hit my friend's head. It was still
A full one.
yeah, like a grey goose.
Yeah.
And then I had to just like duck out of there, and I went to the bouncers because we were friends with the bouncers. And
So
I was
you
like,
don't
yo,
fight, Ryan, with all that height that you have.
No,
You don't
look,
get into it. You're not pulling a
I'll-
big
I'll-
show on us, and you're like,
no.
hey,
I'll fight if I need to, but I'm not one to go and look for fights or encourage them. Like if we can just walk away, like I don't want any problems when I'm out. I don't
Okay.
want conflict. I don't like conflict.
okay.
So no.
Mash,
I'm
have you
the
been in
fighter.
a?
I have
steekom?
never been in a fight out and about. I've had fights almost happen multiple times, but I do get the hell out of there and run away.
Okay.
So yeah, what about you, Simphiwe?
No,
You
never.
just get kicked out of parties before it even gets to such a point.
Yeah, because I'm too pretty to fight. Let me tell you something. My grandmother told me, right, okay, you never get into a fight with someone that's more prettier than you because you have more to lose. And I'm a-
Uglier than you.
Oh, yeah. No, prettier. No,
Prettier than
it's
you.
pretty. You never. Oh, no, it's uglier.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's uglier.
Because they have less to lose and you have more to lose. And I'm a pretty hand. So I know I'm not trying to get like some ghetto scar on my face here. No.
Or your nose bitten off. I always share this story.
Mate,
Mm.
like, right? But that's like things that I can avoid, right? I'd rather leave the situation and be like, I'm out, I don't know you. How do you avoid family drama? You know, not necessarily it being in the physical. I don't know if some families have ever gotten physical, but what's the best way to kind of like make sure that you are cool, calm, and collected during some family feud up in here?
So my family is quite dramatic. I think I've shared this before. My family is always up for a fight. My little brother, my aunt, everyone is always up to just get down and dirty.
And wait, clarify for us. When you say fight, do you mean like stierkom or like, yeah, for tech?
Or just a foot-tech. Just a screaming match. Mostly.
Oh my gosh, love and hip-hop. Oh.
Basically, my dad has also almost gotten into fights with uncles, physical fights as well. So my family is quite out there, to say the least. And I've actually found a trick to dealing with this. And my December.
Is this also another mash made up solution?
I think this one is one that most people can relate to if they've tried this before.
Okay.
But you do remember that a few months ago, we went to the Cannabis Expo.
Yes.
And we had some edibles.
Mm-hmm.
And we had quite an experience, Simphiwe. Quite a fun experience.
Yes.
And I still had some of the edibles that I bought at the Cannabis Expo.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had some this holiday when I was with my family. And I remember my mom coming up to me and going, "You are so pleasant." You're so pleasant. You're so calm. Like, you're just calming everyone down. Nobody's fighting. You're just a pleasant human being. Wow. We need more of this energy. And I was like, if you knew, mom. If only you knew. And that is the trick to avoiding any family drama.
So, edibles.
Edibles are the way. Just have one and you can avoid any drama.
I don't know about that because the day you don't have, let's say, a packet of edibles with you, you do an impromptu trip or you bump into your parents or whatever the case may be. The true mash is then going to come out. And clearly you're not as pleasant when you're not high than when you are high. Like, make that make sense for me.
Well, I think the difference is not that stark.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm like, stierkom. And then when I have a little jelly baby, I'm just quiet all of a sudden. You know, I'm quiet all the time. So the difference is not that stark. But it's just your energy and your mood changes. And you're not as easily affected by the stuff happening around you. And that's what actually makes the biggest difference. And even if you do run out of the edibles, you're not going to be that different. You're not. And also, I feel like you learn to actually be that calm. You learn to live with it over time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
so everybody go get yourself some edibles and try that out for your next family gathering. Valentine's Day is coming. Maybe some of you need that for that.
Valentine's Day is coming. Where's your boyfriend?
If you haven't reaped, if you haven't sowed the seeds by now for Valentine's Day.
No. But relationships just opened. No. No. We all know that they closed May 16th December. Ne? Only now on the 3rd of Jan are they open.
Transfer windows open.
Right? So only now people like you saw Sanele busy shooting his shot here. All right. This is the time to start shooting your shot. This is the time where you have to make sure, because it's still the beginning of the month, because you have to go out on a couple of dates, get to know the person a bit. You need to finesse for the next like 2-3 weeks. Yeah. Then you get into February knowing that I've bagged someone for the 14th of Feb. That's how you do it.
All right, man.
That quick.
So we have here Cetic Vision and Music saying, "We can make the world a better place, I swear." Sanele comes in here and says, "You had edibles, Mash? How's your grocery? The few times I've taken even a bit, I've destroyed the munchies. This time I filled like a week's worth of meat variations and ate it all that night."
Oh my god. So I do have lots of snacks. I have tons of snacks. I have biscuits and all that. So I just snack it up as opposed to having actual food.
Sure. Okay.
Right.
It sounds like a lot of work.
Mm.
Sounds like a whole lot of work. And sometimes you must just like I'm not pro violence, but sometimes you must just tell someone that, hey, not today, Satan. Don't mess with me. Like,
even your family.
no. I'm not saying do this all the time. No, guys. I think
Sims, I recall that day. Didn't you feel sick?
Which day?
yeah,
from the edibles.
Yeah, like it's not for me. It was my first time trying it. I could tell that like I'm more calmer than I usually am, and I just don't like that. I think for me, I don't like
You like being in control.
Yes, but also when it comes to family, I'm one person, I can hold my tongue for a very long time, but then I'm also like, not today, Satan. Like, let's go at it. Like, you have a whole lot to say about me, but I also have a whole lot to say about you. In fact, let me pull out receipts about all the things you're not doing. You're worried about a 27-year-old who's trying to live her best life, trying to make sure she's good, whilst you're married. Aye, chief. Come correct.
Simphiwe.
Come correct. And that's me. Like,
next thing you know, everyone's leaving the family WhatsApp group.
Guys, just all I'm saying, you must just guy one. You must just put people in their place, guy one. They won't mess with you afterwards. And not to be rude, just to be like this, because also like I think it's a Black household thing where like a lot of the elders think that respect is just something that's given, right? And the older you get, you're like, you need to kind of earn it. Right? Yes, I'll come into the family function, greeting everybody and being very like nice, but don't try to disrespect me in terms of I'm your uncle, so I'ma disrespect you because you're a kid before my eyes, therefore I must be respected. Don't try me with that nonsense. I will tell you and put you in your place quick and in a hat, and then still have a great time.
Sure.
Okay. You heard it, Simphiwe's family. Speaking of family and uncles and grown-ups, I actually also did something pretty grown-up. I'm so proud of myself. I went out and I bought Tupperware. I bought my first set of Tupperware. And I was so proud of myself because I've been using these cheapy supermarket lunch boxes and all of that.
Grown.
Yeah. And
you're grown. Umdala. In the words of my grandmother, Ushatanini. Because, wow, dude, you are an adult.
So, my mom was the one actually pressuring me. She's like, I mentioned, you can't keep using these cheapy lunch boxes from the supermarket. What the hell? You can't. And you can actually tell the difference, first of all. This is not an ad for Tupperware. They're not paying me, but I can tell the difference. And I feel it even boosts your confidence, taking out your lunchbox and just going like, ha, if I Tupperware, you're like, yes,
Yes.
And you also know if somebody takes it.
And it's matching, What color did you get?
Everything is pink.
Okay.
And then the lunchbox is like blue and the lid is green. And then I got the big Tupperwares as well. They're also pink and purple. So I got quite a set.
Matching colors, don't like that. Don't know how that looks aesthetically, but okay.
It looks really good.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah, I grew up with my grand guys, so I've been a Tupperware hunty for the longest of time. So I'm very proud when people make these strides. And we also saw on social media, you don't mess with a black girl on her Tupperware. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Like, don't do it, sir. Don't it.
Don't you dare.
Right. So yeah, we have a few comments about the whole like edibles type of situation. We have here, edibles are better eaten in bits because they have a slow hit compared to smoking. If you eat a lot and fast, you cross over.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true. Because basically you don't want to be on the bad side of a high.
Yeah.
You want to be on the good side where it's nice and light and you're still yourself. You're still behaving exactly the same. Nobody can tell. Your eyes are not inflamed and red and you're just a normal human being. Nobody can tell. So you want to be on the good side, not the bad side where you can't even walk straight and the world is spinning and you're just seeing Teletubbies walking around.
Have you ever had a bad trip, dude?
I have actually. And it was actually my first time ever getting high with some friends. It was about 2 years ago with a friend of mine. And it was messed up because I've never in my life ever actually had weed before then. And I had it for the first time in a public space. And you're sitting down, it's similar to alcohol. When you're sitting down, you don't feel yourself get drunk. You realize when you stand up and you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. When you take those first 2 steps to the side and you're like, whoa, the world is shaking a little bit. So it's a bit similar to that. And I stood up and I realized that, whoa, the world is spinning, the world is shaking. It's like a nice, smooth earthquake. And, oh, there's a Teletubby. Oh, there's big Bugs Bunny over there. Something's off, content off. And from that point, I knew that there's no going up. It's just downhill from here. So I decided to just go home and sleep. But now the thing is, you can't sleep. So you just end up just in bed, awake, tripping the whole evening. So you don't want to cross over to that side. You want to be on the good side where you're just nice and light and then you sleep easily and you're nice and relaxed.
Sure, sounds like a lot of work. Sounds like
I know.
Like the more you're talking, the more I was like, yeah, this is not for me. I'm
Literally,
not
like there was a guy when my mate used to live in Pretoria. He moved there for a little bit. There was a guy who, in the one apartment complex building, he had an apartment there, and he would bake edibles for the building, and he'd just go door to door and sell them to all the people.
Was he in a gown?
No,
Mm.
no
Could have
gowns.
made
Yeah.
more money.
For those in the podcast, Mash is busy flinching right now, but
No, he'll be fine.
No, he'll be fine.
He'll be okay. He'll be dope. I will say, this has been a really dope morning with you guys.
Mhm.
Even Sanele is like, well done, team. You held it down proper this morning, been captivated throughout this morning. More of the same tomorrow. The pressure is getting worse.
same
guys.
time, same place.
Same people. The only person you cannot expect is brother man Gareth, because he's somewhere on a cliff, living his best life. Or I guess I don't know what he's up to.
On holiday.
Yeah, he's on holidays doing something.
Yeah.
Maybe with someone, maybe with something, maybe taking tequila shots. We don't know. He'll tell you all about it when he is back on the 9th of Jan. This has been amazing. Thank you, Mesh, for opening up, telling us about your edible stories, how to survive or avoid family drama, some of the most dangerous cars out there in the world. Don't drive a quid, Bazakes. Don't do it. Ryan, you sharing, that app. Shout out I'm not convinced if that's like the best app ever.
Not sold.
Like, I'm not sold whatsoever.
Take that to your friend groups. They love it. They will love it.
What friend groups? On WhatsApp?
Anyone.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are ending the show. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock, bright and early. Make sure to also just send us a young WhatsApp on 071 783 6214, or you can catch us on the YouTubes, every day. We'll see you on the flip side. Yes, follow us, Clip Central. Make sure to give us a review on Spotify, Apple, leave a comment there. Do the things to be done so that we stay popping. We stay the number one podcast in South Africa and in the world. But for me, Simphiwe Zamagile Mthethwa.
And me, Mash.
And Ryan.
We are out for the day. Enjoy the rest of your day.